Jaws Grove Boxing Club. I'm with promoter Frank Warren, who's promoting this main event, which is Daniel Dubois takes on Oleksandr Usyk for all the belts in the heavyweight division. Frank, you excited about this one? You're back at Wembley?
I am. It's our third one. It's our annual one at the moment. Yeah, we're back here. It's a historical night on the 19th of July. It's the first time ever there's been a unification fight in the heavyweight division on British soil, and 4 belts are on the line. So Daniel Dubois has an opportunity now to get himself into the history books of British sport, not just boxing, British sport, become the first Brit to win 4 belts.
No, absolutely. I was trying to work that out when I came in. I was thinking of your career, Frank, and is this almost your greatest achievement? Now,
I'll let you know after the fight.
Well, if he wins, obviously when he wins, you won't expect Daniel to win. He's fought Usyk before. There was controversy. You know, there was a low blow that wasn't a low blow.
Yeah.
And but then he gets beat, he gets stopped. But he's in a great run of form now, Daniel. I think he's an improved fighter, Dubois. And Usyk, again, you can't go against him in that he's like carried on winning since, but at his age, a few more miles on the clock. How do you see this fight going?
I think it's a tough fight because obviously Usyk, on his record, is the best of his generation as of the results, and this century, the 21st century, he's done everything, hasn't he? Gold medal in the Olympic Games, cruiserweight unified it, undefeated as a heavyweight, and again unified it, and beaten every Brit he's been involved with. Although I think Tyson fights are a bit closer. But anyway, he's done all that. He's done brilliantly, and this is a tough fight for Daniel. But I believe in him, and I really do think he's going to come through this. I think he has the ability to do it. He's coming off a magnificent run of fights, wins. Even when you look at his last 4 fights, which include Usyk's, each one of those fights he was an underdog, and each one of those fights, bar Usyk, he done the business. And at Usyk, he put him on the floor.
He did hit the floor.
I'm not going to say he didn't. He hit the floor, and that's it. And he hurt him, and he's hurt every one of those guys who he's fought. So he's got the power, and I just feel that he's matured, most importantly mentally, and I think this is his time.
Well, I was lucky enough to be here ringside when he fought Anthony Joshua, which was just an incredible thing, an incredible event, an incredible moment for Daniel Dubois, who just dealt with it exceptional. He was switched on, he came out and he did what he had to do from the get-go. He didn't give Anthony Joshua a chance. But I remember at the time thinking, and I hate the way I have to put it, but it's all downhill from here, Frank, because he's never going to have a fight that gives him the feeling that he's got right now. But skip forward a year, he's back here, he's in a tougher fight.
Yeah.
How do you think?
Well, he's in with a guy who beat AJ twice. That's where he's at. That's where he's at, and it's a tough fight for him. But I've done my job. I've got the fight over here. It's all done. It's signed, sealed. It's up to him now.
Will home advantage help him?
Yeah, I believe it will.
Yeah.
I don't think even though it's in Poland, it was in Poland for a reason, because obviously Ukraine, the war there, and there were it was a majority of the crowds were Ukrainians. But that's that. Of course, it helps you. You say to a football team, where do you want to play, home or away? You want to play home.
Yeah. As a fan, how does Daniel Dubois beat Usyk?
I think he's got to be the boss from the very first belt. He's got to go there. He's got to impose himself. He's got to really use that jab to great effect, as he did against AJ. I think he's really got to enforce that, and he's got to hurt him. He's got to throw those punches. I don't want him going out even feeling the jab. I think everything he throws has got to be a hurtful punch. He's got to get his respect, show him that he can hurt, even if he hits him on the arms, feel the power, and I think he can stop him.
You've sat ringside in the opposite corner to Usyk a few times now, but what you, as a Dubois fan, are worried about Usyk does so well? What does he need to take away from him?
What he does, he negates a lot of things that you do. He's a very clever fighter. He can be awkward, and he's got a massive ticker. He's got a big heart. He's a game sod. He come to fight. That's you beat, if you have a fight with him, you've had a fight. He's there all the time, and he's very clever. And Daniel's got to be more cleverer, and he's got to be have more desire. It's going to be a battle of wills on the night.
I saw you at the boxing last weekend, stadium to stadium. You was there for Conor Benn against Eubank Jr. What'd you make of the fight, Frank?
I thought it was a very, very exciting fight, the both of them. They give everything they had. They left it all in the ring, the both of them. I thought the size mattered at the end of the fight. I think the last 2 rounds were the telling point of the fight. At one stage, I had Conor winning the fight, but it came back Eubanks. I just think it was just too big for him.
Yeah, I think you might be right. They delivered, didn't they? They delivered on the.
They delivered and done what they had to do, and they'd done their dads proud. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, you was involved with Nigel at a part of his career. Have you ever seen that before? And will it ever happen again?
No.
That sort of father-son.
I think that was part of what it was all about on the night, wasn't it? It was the dynasty. It was all what that was about, going back to the 90s. That's what it was. It was going back to those days when they fought, the 2 of them, and they're sitting there. I was sitting where I was sitting. They were both sitting right on the ring with the monitors and watching the both of the dads, and it was quite. You're thinking, bloody hell.
They're very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're very similar. Was boxing better in the 90s?
Listen, their fight was a very, very exciting fight. They got a way to go, both of them, before they become their dads, that's for sure.
Frank, thank you so much for coming on the channel, mate.
Pleasure.
Great talking to you, as always. You make me all nervous almost. I'm talking to Frank Warren. Cheers, buddy.
And me speaking to George Groves.